Welcome to the Voice of Metal, where we talk about all things metal. Hopefully, you guys are doing really good out there. It's so slow on YouTube. Hopefully, things will go better right now. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hate this. Anyway, my main topic for tonight, but when I actually get going here, basically, I'm going to tell you again why I'm doing this a little bit. Um, so, we are trying to stream and get people into the channel. So without the like and subscribes, without your help, we won't be able to accomplish that goal. So So please, please, please do me a huge favor. Do it right now. Subscribe and like to the channel so that way we can have musical artists on here to interview them live, and that way we can actually get to know each and every one of them. Hopefully, we'll see. May not everybody, but you never know. It depends who's out there that's willing to, come on and talk and stuff like that. But I'm gonna try to start off with some smaller bands. Hopefully, I can get them on, maybe with a lot fewer people. I have not done that yet, but I'm going to. I have talked to a few people, but I've got to get a few things set up before that. So we'll wait and see what happens. Um, my top, or I should say, sorry, my topic for tonight is 10 bands, metal bands, that influenced the spawn of entire subgenres within a genre. In the genre, ugh, I can't even say it. I'm a little tongue twisted tonight, so I apologize for that. Um, it's rather interesting. I was kind of going down through this list, and this some of the stuff you can see through Metal Injection, of course, um, because they have some pretty cool articles on there to kind of get to know some things. So I thought I would share that with all you guys. And of course, one of the main ones that we all know that one pretty well, it's been around for quite some time, Black Sabbath, which is rather interesting. It's the album Master of Reality, Doom Metal, which I don't think I've heard this album before. I might have, but I'm not certain. I guess basically, I guess it was saying that the grim tone mixed with a mid-tempo grooves of Child of the Grave or Into the Void is a primordial ooze for doom. Kind of interesting, right? It's lasted for over 50 years, which is kind of cool. Oh, has been copied over the last 50 years. So I'll have to check that one. I don't think I know that one as well. The other one, which is really cool, and I think, and it's kind of crazy because we've already kind of discussed this before with Metallica and Dave Mustaine and Megadeth before. And the article has in there the Kill 'Em All album, thrash metal from Metallica, which I can definitely agree with that. Um, it's rather interesting. They're talking about Dave Mustaine being he invented the sound that we call thrash metal itself. Kill 'Em All showcased a lot of Metallica's influences on that. Like Hit the Lights, which I definitely love. The Four Horsemen, Metal Militia, which is really cool. Oh, and the Four Horsemen, of course. Kill 'Em All was the album that launched 1,000 ships. 1,000 ships. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so yeah, there's quite a few subgenres based off of probably thrash metal or getting it started in that genre itself. So yeah, I can see that. It's kind of cool, and I like that album a lot. That's one of my favorite ones out of Metallica stuff. Even though they do have some good new stuff, I think, but that's me. Um, oh, now this is rather interesting. Um, it's the black metal category, Venom, which I don't know. I know I've heard the name Venom, and I'm pretty sure I know some of their songs. I probably just don't recall them. I don't know them as well as I do some other bands, but they've been around for a while. But they also some of the other bands that that kind of influenced black metal was Celtic Frost, I guess, and Bathory. I think how you say it. Hmm. So basically, Venom was the launching point. So they were the ones that kind of got everything else going. So that's rather interesting, I think. Now let's see here. What's the next band? And I definitely like some black metal. It's really cool. I definitely like that. Possessed. Seven Churches death metal. Ooh, that'd be cool. I definitely have not heard their stuff, so I guess I'm gonna have to check that out. Because, like I said, I don't know everything there is to know about metal, unfortunately. So with this, I am not only teaching myself things, and maybe some of you guys out there might not know it as well, just like I do. Um, it's interesting. Oh, Saint Chuck. I guess that was the maybe somebody the band. I'm assuming Death frontman. Yeah, it says Possessed of Seven Churches is the first Death album. Hmm. The record was some thrash and black metal elements in there, but its raw, technical, punishing tone blended together with Jeff. His vocals is almost cavemanish, caveman type sound. I guess I can't say the word. Headbangers in a ooga booga. Oh, okay, that's interesting choice of words there. Oh, this is one I definitely know. Napalm Death. I definitely have heard Napalm Death before. It's Scum. I don't know if I've heard that one before, the Scum one. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. That one's the grindcore metal, which is one I probably haven't heard much of grindcore before, but I'll have to check that out. Get some more grindcore metal out there. Um, it says basically that album was a fairly or Napalm Death Scum is whoa, what the heck? It popped up on my screen. It's fairly the undisputed pick of albums that set the grindcore in motion. It says interesting. So we'll have to check that out. Be kind of cool. Let's see here. Godflesh. Industrial metal. Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of industrial metal, before we go any further, there is a Swedish metal band that's industrial metal, I think is what they claim that they do, is called Skinned. And I will say this much, hearing their Columbine song is phenomenal. It's with that in the video, if you ever watch the video for that, it puts you really into that place. It makes sets the mood with the sound. I think I've mentioned this in an earlier episode um, of my podcast, or what do you want to call them, um, before, and it has this eerie kind of sound where she makes this sound that sounds like a ratatat, like a machine gun going off. And also with all that, the combine shooter kind of reminds me of Marilyn Manson, how he kind of backlashed to parents. Where were you when your kids were shooting up the school? Where were you guys when these kids were doing what they're doing, making all these plans? Who knows? There's a lot of things kids don't want their parents to know. So I don't think it has anything to do with either one. There's the either one's fault. I just think it just happened, but some people need to take some responsibility for some of the stuff by selling weapons possibly to them at the time. But like I said before, and I'll say it again, guns don't kill people, kill people, It doesn't matter if it's a gun, if it's a sword, if it's a knife, if it's a chair, an umbrella, whatever. There's all kinds of ways people could really do that. They might have less capacity to kill fewer people in a certain amount of time, possibly, yes. But, and I'm not trying to get into all that because that's not the part focus of my show, but that's what it kind of reminds me of. But the song anyway. So with that said, the industrial metal was started pretty much through Godflesh. which I don't know if I've ever heard of their stuff. Ministry, I know I have. Godflesh, I haven't. Godflesh basically took what Killing Joke did for their first album, made it an uglier, darker, and heavier. Addicted to Drum Machine versus a Human Drummer. Okay, interesting. So it sounds more mechanical because of the drums and this, that, and the other stuff. So I'll have to check that one out. Korn's nu metal, of course, we all know that nu metal's